Kats, welcome back to another episode of InTALKxicated. I'm your host, Kelsi Davies, and I am here with Luna. She's sitting on my lap, my cat.
Hi, honey. Do you always have to come when I am doing podcasts? She says, yes, I do. Hi, Luna.
All right, Luna, go on so that I can get my high ass going on this InTALKxicated episode. I think 39. I lost track for a while. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I title these episodes, it's like I have to look because I have no idea what episode I'm on. I don't know how many episodes I'm gonna end up doing, but we'll see what happens. You know what? I really want to make it to 420, guys. I think we can do it. Comment below if you think that we should make it to 420 episodes, if that should be the end, or if it could be the beginning to something else. As you can tell, my intoxicated choice of the night is marijuana. Let me grab my joint. Actually, I have it with me. I was prepared. Ow. This is the Local's Choice, and it is a hybrid because sativas have been making me really antsy lately, and I'm not really liking it. So I've been switching to hybrids and indicas, but those are sleepy nappy time for me, you know. On the last episode of InTALKxicated, we ended talking about haunted castles. Guys, I want to go to a haunted castle so freaking badly. Oh my God, that was crazy. I just saw Lola sitting next to me. Guys, Lola is a guest. She was literally sitting next to me like a guest with the microphone in front of her. That was so weird. Okay, Lola's a guest on InTALKxicated. Thank you, Lola, for coming on. Her intoxicated choice is probably just being dead. I don't know, like if that's her. I don't know what else she would like. I don't think she'd like marijuana because it's not really her era. You know, she was very strictly Catholic. I think her family was a big family in Maryland. And they would go to church every Sunday. They were very active in the church. And yeah, I don't think they would like the marijuana, but I hope Lola accepts me for for it. It's just a plant. I mean, come on, guys. It's just so frustrating because alcohol is so socially acceptable. Like in my videos, I posted a vlog, and in the vlog, there's a portion of me drinking. I'm super drunk, you know, like having a good time. Then there's also a portion where I'm having anxiety, so I sit down to smoke a joint. And the comments I got were all about the joint. Not one person said anything about the alcohol. Alcohol has been known to kill people, to cause, like, it's toxic for your body, when weed has so many benefits. And like, you look into the research of weed versus alcohol and it will blow your mind. I don't know. I don't like it. It just makes me feel weird. Like, don't comment that stuff. Just leave me alone. Oh my God. But for real, I don't know where I was going with that, but I was just ranting because it's just something that's really frustrating, and I hope that some of you guys out there understand it. And if it's not legal everywhere, but it's becoming very legalized and very well, you know, like popularized, because it's known to help with anxiety. It's known to help with a lot of different things, and it helps me with creativity. And I edit all my videos when I'm high. Like, it just helps me do things, and it helps me focus because I do have ADD. I kind of get distracted by things. As you can tell, like on this podcast, I always, Tito's right here in front of me, and I have to acknowledge him because of my ADD. But anyways, I'm going to go into haunted castles now. I had to go on about that because people just make me mad. Go do your research, guys. Go do your goddamn motherfucking research, and then come back to InTALKxicated when you're ready to talk. First, we're going to get into the, Himeji Castle in Japan. Himeji?
Himeji.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I said that right. It dates to 1333 and is regarded as one of the greatest remaining examples of Japanese castle architecture. It also has some rather eerie folklore associated with it. The most popular tale tells the story of Okiku. Wait, Okiku, isn't that a story of like a haunted doll and her hair grows and her name is Okiku? Or is that a different story? Maybe that's just a common like Japanese name. So Okiku was a mythical She was a mythical character from ancient legends who was falsely accused of losing valuable dishes. She was killed and thrown in the well in the castle. For losing dishes? Dude, that fucking sucks. That's not nice. Like what? You die because you lost their valuable dishes that you eat, your food that you shit out in the toilet later on? Like, God. People suck. She was killed and thrown in the well, and her ghost now haunts the castle at night, counting dishes in a mournful tone. That's really sad. She reaches 9 before shrieking and returning to the well. So it sounds like she's a residual haunting, like in a replay almost, a ghost loop. Shout out Chris Starr. But that's so sad. Could you imagine just counting dishes for the rest of your life because you did something wrong and got killed for it? So you're stuck in that energy. Wow, that's a really sad story. There's also the Castle Fraser, guys, the Castle Fraser, Scotland. But, Scotland, okay, Jasmine's from Scotland. Oh my God. I'm like, this is just not it. It's not happening right now. Wow. Okay. Jasmine's from Scotland, and she said that there's a lot of haunted castles. She also grew up in a haunted castle. So if you guys want to see that episode, check it out. It was the last episode, the one before this one. I think episode 38, something around there. But, apparently there's a lot of haunted castles out there. She was explaining some of them to me, and I really want to visit there one day. Maybe we'll get there, guys. There's a lot of places I want to visit, so just give me some time. This castle was built between 1575 and 1636 in East Scotland. Castle Fraser is famous for its elaborate architecture, beautiful farmland and gardens, and a somewhat horrifying myth. It's really hard to read when you're high, and I do a pretty good job. Guys, like, applause for me. I do a pretty good damn job at reading on this podcast. I'm always stoned on it, you know? I do a good job. Okay. I was really good at English, though, so we got that there. I wasn't very good at math, though. It was not my strong suit. Okay, so this castle is famous for its elaborate architecture, beautiful farmland, and gardens, and a somewhat horrifying myth. According to a legend, a young princess once staying at her castle was brutally murdered in her sleep. Her body was dragged down the stone stairs, leaving a trail of blood behind. As hard as they tried, the occupants could not scrub the bloodstains from the stairs, so they decided to cover up the staircase in wood paneling. So her blood's still underneath all that paneling, which remains to this day. Some say the ghost of the princess still roams the halls of the castle at night. Wow, I definitely believe that. I mean, it reminds me of the Mizpah Hotel, how there's the lady in red. Supposedly, her blood is still underneath the carpet where she was murdered. I guess they put new carpeting in, obviously, but I think like the original cement or whatever they use for the flooring there is the same. And underneath, there's her blood. So I definitely believe that. There was also in Utah, I went to, I think it's SUU, Southern Utah University. I taught like a gymnastics camp there. I did like dance choreography. It was really fun. My dad like helps them out and stuff and like coaches for them. And they have a really good gymnastics program. And yeah, shout out. But I want to go back there because I did do an investigation at the school, and there's a story about one of the buildings that was built using a brick that a girl was murdered with, and it still had her blood on it. So the blood was like built into the building. I guess the brick is now in like their library or something because the building later burnt down. So I'm going to go into this story because this is just interesting and I want to go back there. So I guess there was some sort of murder or something up in the hills. So it was in Cedar City in Utah, and up in the hills, like there's all the cedar rock, right? I think that's a rock. I don't know. It's called that because there's all like the sandstone and stuff like that. I don't know why he murdered. I can't remember the story. Maybe he liked her or like she cheated on him, or I don't know. I really don't remember what happened, but I guess they were murdered up on the hill. So I think it was called the main, what is it called? Oh, I can't remember what the name of the building is. It's really prominent, and I always think of it when I drive through there. The old main building. He got a job in the old main building. All of a sudden, it caught on fire. He died, and they think it was the ghost of the woman getting her revenge for him murdering her. I guess they could see her with like flames behind her in the window and stuff. It's pretty creepy. Last time I was there, we heard a baby crying, and there was just a lot of weird things that happened, but I want to go back and definitely do like a whole investigation. Musham Castle, Austria. During the Salzburg witch trials. Ooh, Salzburg witch trials. I love like the history, like looking into the witch trials. It's so crazy what they would do. Like I would have been hung long ago. They would have called me a witch and hung me the first moment I dreamed of something before it happened, you know? It's just, witch trials. Between 1675 and 1690, Musham played host to many of the executions, imprisonments, and torturing of hundreds of men and women accused of being witches. Later in the 1800s, so many deer and cattle within the castle's proximity were found dead. What? That residents were tried and killed. Oh, okay. So there were so many like animals that kept dying that they started, you know, questioning the residents and killing them and accusing them for being werewolves. I gotta go here. Do you believe in werewolves? Maybe some sort of shapeshifter is like the way I can think of it, or a demonic entity manifesting itself, or like another dimensional being. But like a werewolf is so creepy. I don't know why. Just imagine seeing like a fucking werewolf. Not the ones from Twilight, okay? Those ones they're nice. But we're thinking of the werewolves that you see, I guess a real werewolf. I don't know what they would even really look like. Maybe glowing red eyes and standing on their hind legs like that. Luna, she jumped on me. She scared me. Today, staff and visitors have reported banging sounds, footprints, seeing white mists, and feeling someone breathe on them. That's not a fun feeling. Ooh, that's pretty creepy. Let me know if you guys would go there, because I definitely would, knowing me, because I'm a little crazy. Well, speaking of me being crazy and going to really haunted places, we just went to the Missouri State Penitentiary, and it is a super haunted, abandoned prison. And I went there with Mackenzie Marie, Oh My Gosh TV, Tiffany, and Cameron. And it was just like such a crazy experience. I just released a video on my YouTube. If you guys want to go check out my YouTube, it is KelsiDavies. I also do, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like wanting to just listen to it and not see my face, then you can go over, there is the links down below in the description to go listen to this podcast. It's on Pandora, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, it's, wherever you can find podcasts, InTALKxicated is there. So go listen, and guys, please give this podcast 5 stars, maybe a little thumbs up, a little comment, even share it if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, that'd be pretty cool. I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys tag me when you share your favorite intoxicated moments, or honestly any of my videos or whatever, just tag me on Instagram and I can it lets me repost some of your guys' stories on there. So I will do that in my Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, or KelsiDavies. Okay, we're done with the self-promotion. All right, now we're going into the Missouri State Penitentiary. And I was going into that there is an hour-long video of this on my YouTube channel. But if you guys just want a little bit of a summary, it's it's a prison, so it's super, super haunted. There's just a lot of bad things that happen there. There was a prison riot back in the day where they burned a lot of the buildings down, and it was all over the news. It was a really big deal. I was looking into the history and all these photos of it. It was really, really interesting. And there was a couple, it was Bonnie and Carl Hall, I believe, and I didn't know this story, but these two, they were super desperate for money, and they kidnapped a young boy, and they actually asked for a $600,000 ransom for him, and they gave it to them, and they still killed the boy, unless they killed him before they got it, which is really fucked up. It was just horrible couple, horrible people. And they were sentenced there and at the Missouri State Penitentiary, and they died there. So they were both executed, went to the execution chamber as well. That was very heavy, very dark, pretty sad. There's just a lot of different emotions in there. There were innocent people who were executed there. Back in the day, there was a lot of innocent, prisoners and people who were racist, and it was just a lot of factors back in the day where the justice system is still fucked up, but it was super fucked up too back then. And a lot of innocent people died in there as well. So there was that energy along with the killers who were just horrible, nasty, bad energy. And a lot of them remain at the prison. And I could see why, because if you spend your whole life somewhere, or if you spend a large portion or your last days, your energy is there, and your energy is in that building, and it's somewhere you're familiar, and somewhere that it makes sense as to why they came back there. Even some people say that they'd rather stay in prison than go out into the real world. It's just a way of life they start establishing and stuff, which don't recommend. Don't go to prison, but that's just the thing. Some people just, didn't have a really easy life. So a lot of people had some bad things and got into bad crowds and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know why I'm going into prisoners or so. If I have any intoxicated prisoners, hi, I hope you're doing all right. And I hope that you're vibing and you're not doing bad things. So walking through that prison was just a whole different experience. There was one part of the prison where I was walking and I felt like my right arm was breaking. I hadn't felt something like that. I've never broken my arm, so I don't know how I knew, but you can tell. It just felt like there was a lot of pressure, and it was very, very specific, like a broken arm. It's not the muscles were just tired or something. It was very strong in the energy. I don't know, it felt like my arm was about to snap in there, and it really started hurting. So I had to kind of acknowledge it and just tell people, because I was holding my arm. And there was another part where another entity touched my arm. I don't know if it was the same one, because whoever this was wanted us to go around this one corner. So we start walking around the corner. Mackenzie and Cameron are behind me, and I'm walking into this doorway, and all of a sudden I just feel this hand on my arm, and it freaked me out. And then right after I freaked out, you hear, I don't know what it was, if it was a little pebble or some piece of the prison that just, I don't know where it came from, but all of a sudden I just see this and hear it. Mackenzie heard it too. We just see and hear this, like whatever it was, explode on the floor. It was light enough to, when like a piece of concrete or something hits the floor and it kind of breaks, shatters, explodes. It did all that. And that really scared us because I thought there was something throwing shit at me, Tito has decided to join this podcast mid-sentence and he won't leave me alone. What do you want, Bubba's? What do you want?
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
But we started doing like a REM pod and stuff in there, and it started going crazy. There was a flashlight that they kept turning on and off, and it was an insane night. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend that you do that. I was up so late last night editing it. I'm so tired. That video took like a while to edit, but turned out really good. I'm really proud of it, and I'm really glad that people are liking it so far. So I hope you guys like it. But we also tried this method at the end that I want to get into because it was weird, okay? I don't understand the extent of my psychic medium gifts, and I'm still constantly learning about my gifts and how they work. And I don't know, sometimes things will come out of my mouth and I'm just like, how do I know that? Or where did that come from? And it's shocking to me, just what happens. So Omar Gosh TV, he's awesome YouTuber friend. We've been friends since like 2018, which is crazy. But he like came up with this method. He's like, what can we do, like that'll test kind of your gifts, but also it could be something anyone could try, and like he just came up with, we were trying to find a name for it. I said it should be the Omar method because he came up with it, but the green light on my little triangle device that I use when ghost hunting, it's motion censored. So if a spirit goes on one side of it, it goes green. If they go on the other side of it, it goes red. So it went green. And Omar's like, let's call it the green light method because the spirits really wanted us to do it. So I sat in this like back corner of the women's ward, like in the prison. It was like the women's cell block area. And I was in the back, like if you walk in, I was in the back right corner. And they didn't tell me where they were going. We got 2 different camera angles on this, and we literally, like, Omar was just like, let's just try it and see what happens. So the point of it is you have someone, well, which was me in this instance, sitting on the floor wherever with their eyes closed with, headphones on with noise canceling so that you can't hear anything, so that you can't hear your friends whispering, you can't hear them. And it's just whatever channels through you or whatever comes to your mind. And it's so interesting because I did it. And the things that were coming out were so like, it didn't even feel like it was me. It felt like someone was channeling through me, or words were just coming up that I'm like, why would I even think about that? Or why would I even think that? Where would that come from? So it kind of tests me too, as a psychic. So it's like, what is this? What is this? Am I channeling someone? Am I picking up on someone's energy or thoughts? Like, I don't understand it sometimes. So I'm sitting there and I'm saying words, and sometimes it just feels like I'm just saying words. Sometimes it feels like it's, not someone there, but like it's so hard to explain. It's just confusing. But then I'll say things and it adds up to what they're saying. So they were in the corner and they were whispering, and they were, when you walk into the prison, they were on the left front corner of the prison. And I had no idea where they were going. They just said, we're gonna go around the corner. I didn't know what cells they were going. I had no idea. Like, this was all on, the crazy thing is all of this was on video too, us figuring it out and everything like that.
Are you looking for a healthier lifestyle for yourself or just looking to start some healthier habits? Well, I think you should check out this awesome brand called Bellway. And Bellway just launched Super Fiber Capsules. They're organic, vegan, kosher, gluten-free, gelatin-free, and sugar-free. Bellway Super Fiber Capsules could promote healthy blood glucose levels, lower cholesterol levels, reduce symptoms of digestive disorders, and bowel regularity. It's much cleaner and more affordable than anything else on the market. Plus, Bellway capsules are easy to swallow and also super convenient to take with you anywhere when you travel. Now you don't have to sacrifice your gut health when you travel. No mixing or blender bottle needed. And if you use my code Kelsi25 at checkout, you'll get 25% off your first order at Bellway. It costs $40 and with my discount, it will just be $30. Just visit getbellway.com and use Kelsi25. Again, that's code Kelsi25, Kelsi 25. Hey guys, just popping in here to remind you about microdosing and how popular it's becoming due to the incredible results that people have had. As you know, I've struggled with anxiety for a long time, and ever since I started, I have never felt so fulfilled, motivated, and just as relaxed as I do now. This episode of Intoxicated is brought to you by Microdose Gummies. Microdose Gummies deliver perfect entry-level doses of THC that help you feel just the right amount of good. So go get that creative boost, find yourself enjoying the little things, sleep better, and give that anxiety a rest. Microdose is available nationwide. To learn more about microdosing THC, go to microdose.com and use code TALK to get free shipping and 30% off your order. Links can be found down in the description, but again, that's microdose.com and use code TALK. TALK.
So they just went around the corner to where I couldn't hear them. And we start talking, and I all of a sudden say, behind you. And they were confused, and they look behind them, and there's, the cells. And I say number 9. And Omar freaked out because they were standing right next to cell number 9. And it was so weird. Omar was freaking out because they were shook. They were just like, what the hell? This has turned into something way more than just like a little method we're trying. This is the real deal. This is the real shit, guys. And they were freaking out. And all of a sudden, there was something with cell 10. And I believe that there was a woman who, I can't remember. She definitely had unalived herself with bed sheets, but I can't remember if she passed away in cell 9 or cell 10. And Jenny, the person who was our tour guide, one of our tour guides, Jenny was saying that cell number 10 is the most haunted. They get the most activity. And I didn't hear her say that. I don't even think we walked by cell 10 when we did the initial tour. So none of us knew that, which is even crazier. And then before Jenny was even in there, she was going up the stairs, I guess. She was being really quiet because she didn't want to disturb, what we were doing. And she kind of tiptoed up there because she was getting ready to bring us to the execution chamber, which we needed, a guide to lead us there. And all of a sudden I say, the woman in the back. And Jenny was standing in the back, behind Omar and Mackenzie and Tiffany. And this is after they started walking. And I guess I yelled, stop right there or something. I don't know. You guys have to see it. It's just crazy. It's just I watched it back and I was shook. I was beyond shook. I'm still shook to this day. Well, I've been editing it all night, so it's fresh in my mind, but I'm really shook right now, and I want to share my shookness with you guys because you guys are awesome and cool. Speaking of you guys being amazing and awesome and cool, I added amazing in there. I wanted to answer some of your guys' questions. So I did a poll on my Instagram story. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram so that you can be part of the polls and stuff like that. I do little fun things on there. And I said for you guys to ask me some questions for InTALKxicated. So I am answering your questions right now. Here we go. Chastity Spooner 03 said, what are some tips on opening up to the spiritual or psychic side of you? Also, I love you. Aw, I love you too. Definitely meditation. It's really, really important. It's something that you just have to do and try and really get into, but it works like a lot of people just say meditate, but they say it for a reason. It really, really helps open up that side. There's a lot of different ways. There's different foods you can eat and stuff too. I guess like that's another way people do it. I don't really do it that way, but I do, have crystals and things with energy that I like and that I'm drawn to. And I have incense that kind of help open up your third eye. So just do a lot of things to open up your third eye. You can even massage it. So what you can do is go like an inch between, oh my gosh, I'm trying to talk for my listeners because I have it on my video, but if you're listening, put your finger right in between your eyebrows right now and go like an inch up and there. Massage that part, like open up your third eye, really focus on it while you're meditating. You'll see shapes, you'll see colors, things will start to come. So let it happen, okay? Just like, it's really cool. I got a little eyeball on my bucket hat too, and it's kind of neat. I got it at Urban Outfitters. I was like, this is me. It has a rainbow and an eyeball. Good luck on opening up to, if you guys are opening up your spiritual and psychic side, it's a long journey. It's a long process, and you're constantly going to be learning things. I'm constantly learning things. Like, I'm not an expert by any means. I'm still learning things, but I just choose to share my journey of it with you guys. Redhead Stranger asked, do you have a favorite edible or cannabis brand that you like? Heck yeah. I love Baby Jeters. They are infused a lot, like the little Baby Jeters joints. So sometimes it can be a lot because it's very strong. I've kind of been, there's a Life, I think it's called Life Cannabis I really like. It's super like earthy. This one's pretty good. I get it off Hyperwolf too. So Hyperwolf has some good stuff. Camino gummies are really good. They're really hard to open for some reason, but they're really, really good. The watermelon Camino gummies. Smokies are really good, but Smokies are kind of strong. So take like a little bit because if you take a whole one, you're gonna be there. Like, you are going to be, I don't know where you're gonna be, but you're gonna be there. It might be too much is what I'm saying. So yeah, there's a lot of good ones though. I'm willing to try other ones too. I just, I have some that I get. I honestly don't smoke as much as people think I do. Like, I smoke a lot, but like, I'm not high 24/7. More like 14/7. Just kidding. Bert A. Washier 126 said, how do you know if you have the gift? I think I do have it, but I don't know if it's me or my anxiety. That's a really good question because it's really hard to differentiate my anxieties with my gifts sometimes. Like, I'll have, intrusive thoughts or weird visions of things, but sometimes I can't tell if it's a vision, like a psychic vision, or if it's just something that my anxiety's conjuring up, something that I'm just thinking of. But a lot of the times it'll be a vision and I'll be like, oh, it's just my anxiety. And then it happens and I'm like, shit, so that's kind of hard to differentiate the two. That's something that I'm trying to do. There was someone who posted a TikTok and they said, focus on the, how you feel about it, I guess is what they said. Like, if it makes you feel anxious or if it makes you feel certain ways, I guess you can differentiate feelings with intuition. I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out too, but I guess there's a way. So let's figure it out together because I don't know sometimes. My anxiety is just off the charts. It has been for a long time, and ever since I was little, I've just had anxiety. So anxiety is my middle name. It's actually Nicole. Dallas L said, what's your thoughts on parallel universes? Yeah, sometimes I think spirits could be a parallel universe, but then it's like they're another dimension. So is that a parallel universe? Is a parallel universe in another dimension? Or is it in this dimension, but it's just like we can't see it. It's just like parallel to us. I mean, I definitely believe in parallel universes. Like maybe there's another me somewhere else who has a green hat on doing this instead of yellow. I have a yellow hat on right now. Maybe I have a green hat. Maybe she has, maybe she's saying that I have a yellow hat right now. Guys, maybe there is another InTALKxicated out there, but we just don't know it. I mean, there could be. Like, I'm very open-minded. There's things that I think our brains as humans cannot comprehend, and science is all human created. So it's all based off of what we're able to comprehend, but science doesn't explain everything. There are things science cannot explain because it's beyond our fucking comprehension. They're like, science, but I'm like, but science is human created, and who says that science like shares intelligence? I don't know what I'm fucking saying, but you guys get the drill. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I'm Mary Kerwood. Oh my God, wait, Mary Kerwood. I'm not high. If you've ever lost a pet in your life, have you been able to see their spirit? Love you. Love you too. I'm sorry I butchered your name. But yes, I have lost a pet. I lost my dog Bagel. She was our first family dog. She died when I was like 15, I think, 16, somewhere around there. It was really, really sad. And I found her, or my sister found her on the stairs, like with her tongue out, like it was just sad. She was older. She was only 11, but she did have a really bad heart. She had what's it called? Heart murmurs? Is that what it's called? When she was a puppy, and then she had like an enlarged heart as she got older. Her heart was too big, and it kind of made her cough a lot. But it's interesting because I think that she really connected with my mom rather than me. So at my mom's old house where she had died, the dog, my mom as well, where the dog died, I like had an experience with her, and it was very brief, but I knew she was there, and like I had a dream about her too, living in that house. I did have some dreams. I had multiple dreams about her, actually. I had multiple different dreams about her, like kind of visiting me. It was really interesting. And then now that I've moved away, I haven't seen her. I think she's really with my mom. I didn't see her like when I went to my mom's new house, but maybe she's finding her way over there. I'm not sure, but it does make me kind of sad, I'm like, maybe she does come visit. She has come visited in a seance. There was a medium who explained, she was like, there's this little dog here, and she kind of has like this khaki color with white. And I was like, that sounds like Bagel, and like we heard barking come through, and it was interesting. So I think that she did visit me during a seance, but maybe I'll reach out to her and see if she like comes by and says hi, because she was a cute little puppy. Paul Burrow 333, those are good numbers. Can spirits wear our clothes even if they are from a different era? So think of it like this. From what I've experienced, I think that this is just what I've experienced. I don't know everything. Like, I probably don't know a lot of things, but I think spirits kind of are residual like types of energy that was already here. I don't know if they're able to change their clothes. I don't know if it's even necessary to, like, it's kind of just the way they present themselves, or it's the way that their energy like presents itself is what they were wearing, what that past energy was. I don't think they would be able to just whip up like a new Urban Outfitters outfit. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they could fucking do that. Maybe they can go to Louis Vuitton right now and get some bags and some Gucci glasses or something. And like Lola just walks in and she's like, hey bitches, that's me. Lola, honey, I'm here. And I'm queer. Well, I'm a little bit. I'm pansexual. I don't think Lola is though. But she wouldn't say I'm here and she's queer. She's here and she's not queer. I don't know. I'm just getting in it. But who liked my Lola impression? I really thought it was good. I was kind of giving her that rich type vibe, richy girl, you know. Okay. I'm going to stop now. But yeah, if you think about it that way, I think that makes sense. So that's my best answer for that. Jenny Hernandez said, why are you always high? Well, I am on this podcast because that's the point of the podcast, is that I'm high. Like, that's my point. But actually, weed really helps my anxiety. It helps a lot of different things. I've already like repeated that. It just helps me with a lot of things, and it helps me like with my social anxiety. It helps me get out there. It's really benefited me in a lot of different ways. So that's why I love my weed. I'm not like stoned all day, every day. I don't just sit on the couch and like, I do things, but I'm also like, a lot of the times I am high doing things. So it's just a lifestyle choice, I guess. Sarah Michelle said, how do you get into the industry of ghosts? The industry of ghosts. I love that. Does it run in your family? You're so cute. Oh my God, the industry of ghosts. That needs to be merch. Right there. It sounds very classy. Yes, it runs in my family. It runs on my mom's side. Her dad, his side of the family, his mom, his brother, his grandma, they all had gifts like me. I don't know if they were as prominent as mine or if they were stronger than mine. I'm not really sure about that. I know that his grandma was able to read tea leaves and read people's, futures, like psychic. And then his mom, I know, did seances with his brother. So I think they both had some medium type gifts. I feel like his mom also had psychic. I don't know. I feel a lot with his mom for some reason. Like, it's so interesting. I feel like a connection with her in some way, but I've never met her. I've never seen her, but I always see her husband, Lenny, who is my spirit guide. So I'm like, am you reincarnated or something? Because I think they both died before I was born. Well before I was born. They both passed. I don't know. Someone was like, maybe you're her reincarnated and Lenny looks after you because he knows. But he does like grab my head and say, hey, baby doll. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'm my freaking great grandma reincarnated. What if I'm her? Guys, that's a conspiracy right there. Am I my great grandmother? Ola YG said, are you able to read people, like tune in with loved ones or read auras through phone calls or online? Yes, I am. It sounds like someone wants a reading. I haven't, like, there's so many of you. I wish I could give everyone a reading, but I get hundreds of DMs every day of people wanting readings and stuff like that. I wish I could, but I just do it for friends or family. I did hold a seance and I did some readings there. I've gone to some parties, I'll bring my tarot deck to parties and stuff and like give people readings if they want them. I don't charge for them. That's not my main, I don't like charge for readings. I don't know. I just don't feel right doing that. I feel like I should just like share my gifts and help people and not charge them for it. That's just me though. That's just how I am. But I am able to feel people through phone calls. It's energy if you think about it. Like, I'll hear them on the phone. You're hearing their voice. You're getting energy through the phone. You can tell if someone's upset, or you can tell if someone's anxious. You can tell a lot of things, but like, I do get feelings too. You know, like I'll be on the phone with someone. I'll be like, are you feeling this way? Are you feeling anxious? And they're just like, yes, I am. How'd you pick up on that? It is a lot on the phone. Also, even texting, sometimes I'll get little flashes of feelings. And I don't know if it's mine or if it's theirs. A lot of the times it's someone else's because I'll vocalize it and I'll ask them and I'll be like, do you feel this way? Or did this happen today? And they'll be like, yeah, how'd you know? Or I'll text someone out of the blue and it's while they're bawling, like they're crying, they're in their, mental breakdown, and I text them out of the blue and they're always like, how did you know? Like, how did you know to text me? So it is definitely something it's beyond my understanding, but I do feel energy through phones and videos and stuff like that. TinXXC asked, what does sleep paralysis mean in spirituality? It can honestly, I know there's some science around sleep paralysis, but there's also why couldn't a spirit kind of take over you while you're in that state, while you're at your most vulnerable and it's easiest to, take over your energy? I think that I believe sleep paralysis a lot of the times is definitely paranormal related. I've had some scary sleep paralysis episodes that were paranormal, and I know that a lot of people have. So I definitely think that it's something that you just have to cleanse, or you have to listen to some high vibrations while you sleep, something just to kind of raise your energy up, especially if it happens a lot, because it'll just drain you. It's not good for you. It'll break up your sleep. It's not good. Don't do it. I'm like, don't have sleep paralysis. Don't do it, guys. You can fucking help it. But yeah, just be cautious of your energy and where it's at, and pay attention to what happens during it. If your body feels a certain way, or if you see certain things, or if you remember it. Some people don't remember it, so I don't know. Tarot reading time. I am going to give you guys a tarot reading. Let's see if it resonates with you. Ooh, this is just gonna be for this month, what to expect, the month of November, I mean. Looks like there's gonna be some new beginnings. The tables are definitely gonna turn for you this month, it looks like. It looks like there was some sort of financial stress this month, or stress factor that this feels like a past card. I feel like this was from maybe the month of October. You felt stressed. You had maybe some financial issues or some burdens. There was a lot of things going on there. But you moved forward. You found the confidence. You found the strength. You figured it out. I feel like you figure things out no matter what. You just your gut kind of guides you places. And this shows that there is a higher power. They're guiding you. And you're about to start a new chapter. It looks like you're gonna let go and clear out anything negative, anything bad. Maybe you're gonna have an emotional breakdown. Maybe you're gonna have a moment where you just have to release this toxicity or this negative emotion around you about things. And it'll bring you a new perspective. So let it out. Let yourself cry it out. Let yourself just release your emotions in a positive, healthy way that's good for you. It's not going to be, the sun card came out upside down. It's not going to be a great moment. It's not going to be a happy moment, but it's a needed moment. So just let it happen. You also got the Judgment card. So I think that your guides are just really looking out for you. I think there is a higher power really guiding you towards what you need to do. And just don't judge your situation. Don't judge what's going on too aggressively. Just let things happen. Let things roll. And don't take life too seriously. I've said this a lot, but this is something that I feel like it's really important for people to hear. Like, don't take life too seriously. Live your life. There's a difference between living and living. Live your life. And once you gain that confidence and you get into this energy of like this new beginning type energy, you're going to attract a lot of abundance around you. You'll notice that things are coming easier. You might get a check in the mail. You might get something, you know, like some financial gain this month. So that's amazing. And it looks like you're releasing the toxicity. Whatever you were holding on to is going to be released and it's going to be let go of. That's fucking amazing. Yes. And you're going to come into this emperor energy where you find your balance, you find your peace within yourself. You are finally finding your value and what you give, and you're not allowing fuckers to fuck with your energy. And you're doing amazing. Keep doing you, okay? Just keep doing you. Heck yeah, that's an awesome reading. We love that. Yes, let me know if it resonates, guys. I want to know. There's like 3 ghosts in my loft right now. I've been looking at them, but I just haven't acknowledged them. I'm just so used to them now. There's a man that's been standing here. I saw Pauline, and I think it was Lola was the other one. But I'm wondering who this gentleman is that's here. Maybe he's with the painting that I got, which, guys, I did buy a haunted painting. So I was at the Melrose Trading Post with Mackenzie and Jesse, and we were walking. I wasn't like planning on buying anything. Mackenzie wanted a vintage shirt, you know, something cool. And I was just walking around seeing if I liked anything. And all of a sudden, like, I felt some energy pulling me towards my right. And I was like, there's something over there that is calling me. So I walk over and I see this painting. And immediately I felt spirits with it. I felt called to it for some reason. Don't know why. And it was a familiar painting because it was I think it's called The Letters Girl or something like that. But it's a popular painting from like the 1800s. And it's this little girl with an envelope, you know, it looks like a love letter. So yeah, love letters. But this painting's also in a super haunted hotel in Texas as well that I actually did a story about a long time ago, but I think they had a replica of that painting. I don't think it was the same exact painting, but I don't know. It was just interesting that it happened to be this painting that I had talked about. So I walked up to it and the frame was like super old looking. I don't know. I wanted to buy it. So I asked the guy how much it was and he was very hesitant on selling it to me. It was just so interesting. Mackenzie also felt something with the painting too, because before we walked over there, I told her, I was like, I feel something with a painting over there. And she instantly goes, it's the one with the little girl. And I was like, yeah, and there were a lot of old paintings around it, you know, and she just knew which one it was. So that was kind of cool. But he was hesitant on selling it to me. I don't know if he knew its worth or I don't know. He was just like, he got it at an antique shop and stuff like that. So no clue where this man got it from. And so we negotiated, you know, eventually we came to an agreement and I paid him. I gave him a good amount, you know, and I took it home and the spirits were super quiet with me for a while, but it took them a little bit to like start showing themselves to me. And we will get into that in the next episode of InTALKxicated. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Guys, Lola fainted. Lola fell over. I'm sorry. That was so dramatic, Lola. Like, so dramatic. She's just like fainted. She thinks it's funny. Make sure you guys are subscribing on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, or if you have YouTube, like go subscribe and do that stuff. Also, make sure you guys give this podcast 5 stars on. Please give this. I feel like I'm begging for you guys to give me 5 stars, but please give this podcast 5 stars wherever you can. If you can, I would appreciate it. And before I just talk myself into a hole, I will catch you in the next episode. Stay woke, everyone.